How is everyone doing today, viewers? It is TVB, and I'm bringing you guys some Far Cry 4 Shanath gameplay. I know a lot of you guys probably don't notice, but after you complete that one mission where like Yogi and Reggie drug you and then you like get thrown into Shanath and you have to fight, you can go back there whenever you want and do like an endless challenge or a weapons challenge or a rank challenge or whatever it's called, and it's actually quite a lot of fun. I'd recommend you guys try it. Now, Shanath is very gladiator inspired. You know, back in the gladiator days when like they had that big coliseum and like people and animals just fight to the death, it was a lot of fun for spectators, but it wasn't so fun for the gladiators or the animals that were involved now was it? And nowadays people are like, you know, that's very morally messed up. But here's the thing though, every time we hear about like blood or violence or like bad things, stuff like that going on in real life, we cringe a little bit like, oh, that's terrible. But every time we see it in like a movie or a game or a TV show or in a book, we're like, yeah, this is so cool. Does that mean that violent media an allegory for human nature? There's two philosophers, I forget their names, but one of which believe that man in his natural state is greedy and violent and would just be in a constant state of war. The other thinks that man is naturally good and would be reasonable. I hate to sound like a pessimist here, but I have to go with the first guy, because when people play games, usually their morals don't really follow them. Stealing cars, killing innocent people, robbing banks, and banging hookers and shooting them so you can get their money, so you can get your money back. Most people would not do stuff like that in real life, but yet they do it all the time in games like Grand Theft Auto. So if one day government just like stopped going for whatever reason, just like there'd be no more laws, no more rules, no more police, nothing you can do. You can do whatever moral thing you can want, whatever you want. I do think, yes, there'd be constant carnage and violence and craziness going on. But again, moral is a relative term. Like, to some super conservative Christians, wearing clothing made out of two different materials is immoral, but it's not to everyone else. But putting this concept of morality aside for a second here, let's trace way back to prehistoric ages when like humans were like hunter-gatherers. Good and evil doesn't really exist in nature too much now, does it? Everyone just does whatever they have to do to survive. But nowadays, like when we're so used to just having everything by our fingertips, survival isn't really much of a concern anymore. Maybe in like modernized countries like the US or Canada or England or whatever, it may not be much of a concern, but maybe that's the case in other countries, but that's a different discussion. But if you think there's some like traits in human nature that we think we've lost over the years, you are terribly mistaken. It's like, for example, it's human nature that when someone hits you, you want to hit them back. Or when like you have a baby or a cute little child in your life, you just want to cuddle it and love it. And it's human nature just have that sense of a thrill towards a kill. Like, I bet you anything that, like, when our caveman ancestors took down a woolly mammoth, that was very thrilling. Kind of like how we have that sense of thrill every time you kill a bad guy in a video game. Or, like, you see that one movie character that you just hate so much in a movie that gets blown to pieces. The point is, most people enjoy violence. We're just too afraid to admit it due to all this moral stuff society has drilled into our heads. That's why we watch action movies, or play violent video games, or read books, or watch TV shows that are just filled with like R-rated stuff. But I know I sound like I'm being a dead horse here, but keep in mind, just because a movie or game or book or TV show is filled with like violent stuff and R-rating things doesn't automatically make it good, and that's my phone going off, I do apologize. But if, for whatever reason, even if you're like a soldier fighting in combat for your country, which is a very honorable thing to do, the only real excuse to kill a man, or if it's out of self-defense, keep in mind, if you kill someone in real life, that is a person life you are ending. And that person has had thoughts, emotion, personalities, and just like experiences, and then you're just ending it for them right there. Same thing with animals. That's an animal that's experienced like a life, and maybe they don't have like as many like thoughts or emotions as we humans do. But keep in mind, that's like a living thing they're killing off there, endangered species or not. But to round this discussion off, yes, I do think violent media is an allegory of human nature, and I do think that people have like this guilty enjoyment towards violence. Good in real life, maybe not so in real life, but in media, yes. But yeah, thanks for watching, viewers. If you want more like deep philosophical discussions like this, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already, and enjoy at your own guilty pleasure the rest of this gameplay.